have amongst us our next speaker, Dr. Ramhari Lamichhane. Before I hand over the session to Sir, a brief introduction about Dr. Ramhari Lamichhane. He is an expert in the quality assurance, TVET, and project management, design, M&E, and evaluation. He was the first Nepali and the 11th Director General of CPSC. Similarly, he was the President of the Asia Pacific Accreditation and Certification Commission. He is a certified project assessor, experienced project manager, TVET expert, and a seasoned manager at a policy level. He served as Member Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Council for Technical Education and Vocational Training in Kathmandu, Nepal from 2013 to 16 before he was appointed as CPSC DG. He was involved in the development and implementation of the national TVET policy and TVET programs in Nepal. He has delivered papers at several international education and TVET conferences, meetings, seminars in various countries. Kindly move. Including Australia, France, Germany, Israel, Italy, South Korea, Switzerland, and many more countries. Similarly, he has presented papers on TVET in national and international training programs, conferences, and seminars conducted by various international organizations. He has authored and co-authored journal papers and books on various areas. He has earned a PhD and MPhil in Education Leadership from Kathmandu University, a degree in Educational Administration, Planning and Policy as a Humphrey Fulbright professional from Peabody College, University, USA. He also studied Advanced Diploma in Hospitality Management from TEFE, South Australia. He obtained his MBA and his Bachelor in Business and Commerce degrees from Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu, Nepal. So first of all, sir, we are thankful to you for taking out time and being part of this conference, sir. So we all are eager to learn from you more about innovations in the TVET.
Namaste, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank Colombo Plan Staff College, especially Director General, Professor Dr. Dhamija, and CTVET Member Secretary Mahesh Bhattarai for inviting me for this session. And I would like to welcome all the delegates from CPSC member countries to this beautiful country, Nepal. And today is very good weather. You can see Himalayas from your bed or top of this house. And all the participants from Nepal and abroad, thank you very much for your time. As given by the organizations, today I will talk about the innovation in TVET. How can we bring innovations in TVET programs? Because regarding Industry Institute partnership, I think from the first day, your ear might be bored. You listen a lot. When we talk partnership, but nowadays we need engagement. In India and Nepal, we call Lagan Gato. When after completion of dating, they have to marry, right? During marriage, we have to tie a knot. That is called Lagan Gato. So we need an engagement between industry and academia. That is called real partnership, not only in talking and inviting in the meeting. So we need real practical partnership between two entities. That is very important. But I am going to present about innovations in TVET, and I am the lucky person, I got chance to head both organizations, CTVET and CPSC. So I know both sides very well. I start my presentation with the quote from Thomas Edison: there is a way to do it better, find it. We are doing everything. We are implementing TVET programs, we are conducting programs, but there are different ways. So we have to find which one is best way, or how can we bring innovations, what we are doing regularly, right? So that is the message. So my presentation will cover what is innovation, perspectives of innovation, areas of innovation in TVET, and conclusions. So regarding the innovations, the innovation mean, what is difference between creation and innovation? Can anyone share? What is difference between innovation and creation? Okay, sir. I think you are from Pakistan, right? Okay, please. Yeah, thank you very much. You are right. Like innovation means do things differently. It can be innovation. When we talk about TVET, it can be innovation in curriculum design or standard development. It can be innovations in delivery, like a pedagogy. If we, bring the new pedagogy in the TVET programs, but in TVET we do not call just pedagogy, it is vocational pedagogy, because we have to impart skills, not only theory, right? In theory we call pedagogy, but in TVET we call vocational pedagogy. So we can bring new approach or new, pedagogy, or we can design a program in a new way, like more in industry and very less in that is an apprenticeship model. So if we are not implementing apprenticeship program, when we bring apprenticeship, that can be innovative for the country. So there are different ways. So innovation means new product or services. We can bring new programs. We can develop new programs as for the labor market needs. Like today we are talking about digital technology, AI, artificial intelligence. So do we have already incorporated AI in our curricula or digital technology in our curricula? If we add that part, that is a kind of innovation. Okay. Similarly, new idea, creative thoughts, new imagination in form of device or method, application of better solution that meet new requirements or unarticulated needs or existing market needs. That's why the simple things of innovation is do things differently, think globally, act locally. So we are participant from Myanmar. The Myanmar cannot copy paste of Singapore things, Manila things, right? We have to think where is Myanmar. We have to think where is Nepal. Nepalese context. In Nepalese context, we have to develop new way. So if we copy paste from one very well developed country like Korea or Singapore to Nepal, it might be failure. So innovation means we have to change or we have to bring new things, new approach, new programs, new way of teaching and learning environment, which will be sustainable. If it will not sustainable, that cannot be innovation, right? That's why do things differently. What is the traditional way or what many people are doing? Another thing is think globally, act locally. That is very important things in innovation. So perspective of TVET innovation, according to UNESCO UNEBOC, the definition is like external perspective. TVET contributes to the development of business innovation. We have to think like our traditional mindset always think TVET graduates will go for wage employment. But we have to change our mindset. More than 90% of TVET graduates will start their own business. We have to think that way. Then to do that, we have to inbuilt up entrepreneurship course. We have to provide them more exposure in the industry. Then only we can achieve that result, otherwise not. The contribution to the development of business innovation, social innovation or innovation in public sectors. Like it is the way in which TVET system help to enhance the regional and national capacity to generate and implement innovation. So like these regional programs, we have brought many participants from many countries. So when they share their experiences, how the Sri Lanka is implementing program, how Myanmar is implementing, how Pakistan is implementing with the NAPTTC and TEPTA in the provincial level. You can share to other countries like Thailand has one experience, Malaysia has different, Maldives has different things. So when we bring all the experiences together, maybe some country can take a lessons learned from other countries and we can change in our program. So this is a one way. Another way is like called internal perspective. So if we borrow from other countries' experience to the local context, that can be one sort of innovations. Another is internal perspective. How can we bring innovation in internal? Like improve the quality of TVET. First we have to think, only producing graduate is not the objective of TVET. Producing competent graduates with three years, heads-on skills, hands-on skills, hearts-on skills. Means knowledge, skill, practical skills and attitude. We can produce graduates, they are very good in skills, but their attitude is very bad. Everything they see negative perspective. Means we are not producing quality graduates. Right? That's why improve the quality of TVET. We have to improve quality. Quality means this is a broader perspective. Innovative practices in teaching and learning, teachers training and planning and strategy. So we can bring innovations in teaching and learning environment. Like now we are conducting training program, theory class in a traditional way. For example, our theory class, we do like a 45 minutes in a traditional way, either in black, many countries may not have blackboard now, at least whiteboard or let's say smart board, just one way deliver lecture by each doctor. But the same thing, innovation means no need to teach theory. If you ask me, today no need to teach theory. You can just give up them project work. Okay, please read this and that book from this page to that page and see these are the website link, you can see this, and after 1 week you can present a paper on this topic. Means student will read that websites, or let's say web informations, they will read books and they will prepare a presentation. Same time they will strengthen their capacity in presentation skills, ICT and digital technology skills, and if we give them the project work, they can do like group dynamics, teamwork. So to teach one class 45 minutes by one-way traffic by the teachers is very bad than if we give the assignment, project work. That is a new way of teaching and learning environment. So we have to think that way. And planning and strategy, innovative approach of partnership with industries. So I already mentioned what will be the more innovative approach, partnership with, last week I was in Gujarat. I'll give you one example in India. Now the university program are implementing by industry. There is called ArcelorMittal in the Surat, India. They are conducting master degree in mechanical course, auto mechanics and robotics of the program of Kausalya Skills University, Gujarat. University is not implementing program. Industry recruited 80 students. They teach like 2 hours in a week, only theory class, and rest of the time students will stay in the lab and workshop of the industry. They will learn there. And every 3 months, university people go there just for monitoring perspective. And at the end, industry and university conduct the assessment and they award certificate. See? But if we see our traditional approach, how university can implement course in industry, we will hesitate. That is a traditional mindset. If we, with open mindset, that is a new approach. And that is working well. So that's why I am talking, innovative approach of partnership with industry. No need to even, forget about your classroom. Just invite them, students, once a week and place them in industry. After 3 years, let's say diploma program, if we are conducting diploma program, we can award certificate. Because they will be more competent than our traditional way of teaching and learning. That is one example. So that is a kind of innovative perspective and mindset we have to bring. So this is one video I want to show. Will it work?
Rapid technological innovation cycles, increasing awareness of environmental responsibility and social demand for inclusive and sustainable development affect the way we live and work. Modern technical and vocational education and training has to adapt to global trends to remain attractive to learners and relevant to employers. As digitalization affects most lines of work, basic digital skills are essential in the 21st century. To harness the opportunities of Industry 4.0, artificial intelligence and virtual reality, businesses need employees with new skill sets. The global shift towards renewable energy and more sustainable consumption and production patterns requires investments in green skills and competencies. Greening TVET is not only a key to greater sustainability, but green jobs are also a growing field of employment opportunities. Entrepreneurship is increasingly seen as an essential pathway towards employment, especially where formal employment opportunities are limited. TVET institutions are seeking new strategies to foster entrepreneurial skills and unlock the innovation potential of young people. TVET also plays an important role in the context of migration. Skills development of migrants and the recognition of their prior qualifications and competencies pose additional challenges to TVET systems, but are crucial for the effective integration of migrants into the labour market and society. To tackle these TVET challenges on digitalisation, entrepreneurship, greening and migration, the Bridging Innovation and Learning in TVET project brings together the members of the European Univoc network and other TVET stakeholders to share innovative practices in these respective fields. A special focus is placed on exchanging experiences of how new qualifications and competencies find their way into practice through their integration in training and curricula. The BUILT project provides a platform to accelerate innovation through peer learning and partnership.
Okay, thank you.
First, with a focus on Europe.
When you watch this video,
With Africa
today
and
we have
Asia.
to think about sustainability. That is a green skills. Not only our traditional way of imparting skills, sustainable way of imparting skills. Similarly, we have to think about migration, migrant worker, because there is no boundary. Entire globe became a single village, so anybody can go anywhere for a walk. So we have to think that perspective. Similarly, digitizations, like when we were in technical school, that time computer was the separate subject, like a diploma in computer. Our Binodji is here. He is past president of the Computer Association Nepal. That time we used to teach computer as a separate, but now the ICT and digital technology is required by each and every subjects. So this is already integrated subject. No need to teach separately. If someone to be a, let's say, database expert or software developer, they can study separately. But in this context, everyone needs computer and ICT and digital technology. That's why the new definition of literacy is, if someone cannot do ICT and digital technology, they are illiterate. Not the persons who can read and write. If person cannot read and write, they are not illiterate. Even the traditional illiterate definition, people, if they can do ICT and digital technology, they are literate. So that is the new definitions already there. So when we talk about the course, teaching and learning environment, we have to think that perspective. So innovation in TVET, when we talk about innovation in TVET, we have to think about 4 levels, always. Number 1 is strategic. So in strategic level means planning. From planning we have to think. Similarly, organizational, infrastructure and teaching and learning. So when we talk about innovation in TVET, always we have to think about these 4 stages. So what is in the strategic innovation? Strategic innovation means developing strategic plan with flexible approach. So each and every TVET institute, they have to prepare a strategic plan. If that institute is quality-based institute, or they believe in quality management, they must have a strategic plan. If they don't have plans, then what they will achieve, they don't know. If somebody asks you, what is your goal for 5 years? If you do not have a strategic plan, you cannot give an answer. Right? So we must have a strategic plan, or let's say long-term plan. So developing strategic plan with flexible approach. So we should not be rigid in a strategic plan, because of the technology, every let's say month, technology is changing. So our strategic plan need to be changed every year, revised. We can assess, we can review the strategic plan, and every year we can change. Similarly, developing course with 21st century skills. So 21st century skills means innovations, ICT, digital technology, entrepreneurship, So these are the things. So developing courses with incorporating 21st century skills. So if we don't have 21st century skills or competencies incorporated in our programs, means we are not thinking about innovations. Converting courses to blended learning, F2F, face-to-face and ODL, both, Blended learning means like sometimes in face-to-face in a classroom setup or workshop, physical with teacher and learner, and sometimes blended, because COVID-19 taught us a lot how to conduct distance mode of education. So after COVID, maybe many countries already forgot that. But we have to think about blended learning approach, both physical and online things or distance. That will give a lot of benefits. Setting target to increase learners through ODL, open distance learning. Setting target to increase, because if we conduct open distance learning program, we can increase the number of students. Like right now I am teaching in Kathmandu University, that is totally distance learning mode. I am teaching there, and participation is very, very good, and the participants will get flexible timing, like evening shift or morning shift. After their work, they can join university program. That is opportunity for the learner. So even in our courses, we can think that way. Achieving government performance contracting targets. Like sometimes, in government technical schools, some schools has to do the income generating activities of some targets to meet. Even private technical schools, they can do that. So because of that, we can do that, and bringing open distance learning policies in place. So these are the strategic innovations. So we have to bring policy to implement that. If we do not have policy, and it is very escaped by government staff, government technical, polytechnic, because it is not in our program and our government doesn't have policy. That's why we don't do this. Very easy to escape from work. So if we are not more proactive or innovative, we cannot bring innovations. So this is called strategic level of innovation. So we have to think from planning to policy level and course development stage. So we have to think that way. If we have not think about the 21st century skills, blended learning environment, the teacher cannot do that. Because if we have not placed in the plan, means we will not develop the learning environment where we can teach in a blended approach. Our classroom and workshop are still in the traditional mode, means we cannot deliver. That's why first we need a strategic innovations. Second one is organizational innovation. What is organizational innovations? Establishing flexible and blended team of staff with appropriate skills. So when we implement program, we have to develop our human resources. In our plan, there is a blended learning, but if we do not invest for human resource or our teachers, we cannot bring that, right? That's why we have to develop flexible and blended team of staff to implement new skills or appropriate skills for them. That is necessary. If our teachers are already, they don't know how to do ICT and digital technology, how can we think about that? So we have to train new teachers and we have to recruit new trainers with that skills, then only we can think about that. Similarly, creating flexible skills development centers to provide support and resources. So, our mindset is only conduct program in-house, in our institute. But we have to change our mindset. Why not to teach in the flexible, places, different centers for the same students? We can bring them different places. 1 or 2 weeks in industry and some community. there are different approaches. So we have to change our mindset. That's why I already think beyond the box thinking. If we think only within the box, we cannot bring changes. And creation of an institute for open distance learning. So if our institute is not ready for blended learning environment or open distance learning things, we have to create, we have to develop. Otherwise, we can't implement. Strengthening ICT technical support units. Only one staff assigned for computer as a computer officer, we cannot think about ICT and digital technology and blended learning environment. So we must have ICT and technical support units. This is the requirement of the present time. Because time has already gone very fast. We have to think about that. And establishing satellite and outreach center. You know, in some country, they have a, they call satellite and outreach center. So the one main campus, and they have 10 different places they have established the satellite center. So a student can learn in the satellite center, and some classes will take place from the hub, main campus. So that is, from one teacher they can teach in 10 institute. So that is a different way. We can save money and we can use same resources for many classes. And establishing practical partnership with industry. I already mentioned, I put very specifically not partnership, practical partnership. Just signing MOU and agreement is not partnership. And just inviting them in a school management committee meeting once a year is not partnership. We have to engage them, right? Just dating is not partnership. You have to tie the wedding knot. That was my first statement, So this is the kind of, environment, learning environment we have to create. So innovation in infrastructure. Now, we have to think about innovative infrastructure. If you see this classroom, see, library also there, some classroom also there, and in the behind there is a practice, and some coaching. So even one single library, it can be a practical workshop, it can be a theory class, it can be a resource center. But we have to develop such a way, like when you visit most of the developed countries, even in many places of India, Singapore, Korea, even in some schools in Malaysia. I've been to most of the polytechnic in Malaysia. So they have at least 2 works. Who is from Malaysia? Yeah. Which polytechnic? Okay. You from? Okay. So in Malaysian polytechnic, you can find at least 2 workshops set up by industries. The real workshop. Like private workshops, and industry invest for polytechnic. And students do practice there, and right after graduation, next day, they can do straightforward technical work in the industry. Because from the first day, they will get exposure in the industrial environment. So that type of industry institute partnership is there. And some classrooms, we have to develop different way. So no need separate theory class and separate workshop and labs. Same like this is a classroom or let's say workshop. We can set machines in the site, and in the center there will be a chairs and there will be a PowerPoint presenter or let's say video or multimedia projector, whatever. In the same classroom we can do practical work, we can do theoretical work, and we can demonstrate video, real video. After that they can, right after there, they can start working the machine. So we have to develop our learning environment differently, not in a traditional way. So that is the main thing. So loan scheme for teacher to purchase laptops. In some countries, I know, like country Nepal, even Bhutan or let's say Myanmar, maybe we cannot provide individual laptop for each instructor. That time, we can provide loan scheme for teacher to buy laptops. The simple example. In many countries, they say we don't have laptop, we don't have internet. So that is also the context. I already mentioned we should not forget about our context. So expanding Wi-Fi network on campus. So many countries, they have a very good network and Wi-Fi everywhere. But some countries, they don't have even Wi-Fi. But we are talking about ICT and digital technology. Even there is no electricity. So that is another reality, right? So when we talk about innovations, we have to provide Wi-Fi network on campus. Installing Moodle, LMS, like now you are conducting training program, and from CPSC Office Manila, they are managing all the Moodle platform. All the resource materials they are uploading. So each and every institute, if we able to do that, our student will do that. And upgrading servers. So if our server is very slow, we can upgrade in higher version. Increasing bandwidth. If the lower bandwidth, we can increase the bandwidth. Increasing computer lab capacity through virtualization. Similarly, use of campus radio in course delivery. In some country, they are using radio, FM radio. So they can use campus radio for class, If we conduct theory class from one radio station, maybe 100 polytechnic student can participate. No need to teach in each and every school. That is also part of, innovation. And establishing television and radio stations. So many countries, they have their own television, and they're like in Thailand. Who is from Thailand? Yeah, in Thailand there is a special television, isn't it? Yes. So they are teaching by television. To all polytechnic teachers and staff, they can learn from television program. So that is a kind of, for Thailand it might not be innovations, but it will be innovation for other country. So these are some examples. There are many. I think you are better aware about than me. So these are just how can we bring innovation in infrastructure, teaching and learning infrastructure. These are some examples. We can bring many. So innovation in teaching and learning, like integrating educational media into classroom teaching. Educational media, we can use educational media in classroom teaching. Integrating open education resource OER into teaching and learning materials. Like in India, Dhamija sir can tell more about, there is a SWAYAM portal. Even Nepali and other countries, people can use that SWAYAM portal of India. From here, you have to log in and you can use all the materials. And Philippines, TESDA have e-learning portal. We can use that, isn't it, madam? So you are from which institute? Oh, very nice. That is the now Platinum Award, no? Yes. That institute is Platinum Award by APAC, accredited. TESDA Women's Center. So in TESDA has a very good online portal. So we can use that. Even Nepal, Bhutan, everybody can use that. That is a free of cost. Already there. And developing e-learning components and courses. Focus on quality assurance. Like I mentioned, for your information, maybe Dhamija sir already mentioned about that. In Maldives and Philippines, they have started a kind of incentive program for institute. If one institute got, let's say, bronze medal today, and another institute get gold medal, they will get additional budget, additional 5 million peso, if they receive gold medal, gold award. If Women TESDA Center already received platinum, means she will get around 10 million additional budget from government. That is a kind of incentive government has provided. So other countries has to learn that. Even in Malaysia, they select every year 1 or 2 institute and government invests a lot of money for accreditation. Then we can develop quality institute. But some countries, they are competing to increase the number, decrease the students. So there are some countries like that. So that is a different way. So focus on quality assurance. And developing new flexible courses for working people. So if we are talking about reskilling, upskilling, always we have to provide flexible time. If we say my polytechnic time is 10 to 5, that people will not come. Because they have to go for work. So if we are targeting reskilling program or upskilling program, we have to design flexible timing. Morning, evening, even online, then many participants will come, otherwise not. and developing courses for the informal sector. In every country, we have more than 80% informal sector, informal economy. So if we want to provide them some skills program, skill training program, always we have to develop different set of course for them. So these are some examples of innovation in teaching and learning. So innovations we can bring in different ways. So we talk about innovation in strategic, like planning, designing, and policy. Innovations in organizations, setup of the organizations, innovations in infrastructure, and innovations in teaching and learning. These are the 4 major areas we can bring innovations in TVET. And transformation ecosystem of TVET, when we talk about digitization of TVET, if, let's say, one of our goal, our polytechnic goal is, or let's say country's goal, like from Sri Lanka, our sir is here from authority department, like CTVET Nepal. If Sri Lanka wants to complete all the TVET courses digitized by 2030, so they have to, first they have to develop human resources. Only policy will not work. We need a workforce for that. Similarly, laws and policy, we have to change. If laws sometimes, if you do not like to change anything, the government is stop blame to policies and laws. If they don't like to do anything. Oh, no, this legal thing, our policy, our bylaws will not allow. So that is easy to escape, People do not like to change easily. They will not accept. That is a very difficult thing. Every human being is like that. That's why we have to change laws and policy to make more digital friendly system. Similarly, new learning environment. We have to develop new learning environment. In existing learning environment, we cannot think about digitization. So we have to change our learning environment. Similarly, we have to change the standard, national competency standard, curriculum, and assessment and certification system. We talk about digitization in TVET, ICT and digital technology, but we change the standard, we change the curriculum, and we teach. But if we do not change our assessment and certification system, how can we ensure that these graduates are getting digital competencies? No. So assessment and certification system should be changed. Otherwise, we cannot. So that's why when we talk about the transformation or ecosystem in TVET, digital ecosystem, we have to think about human resource. We have to think about laws and policies. We have to think about new learning environment, and we have to think our standard and curriculum development and assessment and certification. Then only this ecosystem will work. Otherwise not. So this is the example of a smart TVET classroom. See? This is the classroom. You can see in the same place, another side there is for theory and this side is practical. You see there is a small things. This is one of the example. There might be different setup. So when we talk about innovations, we have to change our learning environment, our classroom, our infrastructure. In policy says our TVET will be digitized, but when we enter into the classroom, still there is a chalk and blackboard. What will happen? Nothing. Okay? So this is a kind of one example. Similarly, smart TVET teacher. Another is the TVET teacher should be smart. What is that? The development of interactive case-based smart thinking and industrial problem solving simulator to enhance TVET students' thinking skills. Right? Like digital and AI competencies, a teacher should provide that. And industrial experiences is must. Without industrial experiences, people, they will not get any confidence. As I gave the example of Malaysia. And vocational pedagogy. Don't talk teaching pedagogy. That is for university, theory course. For TVET, we always use the term vocational pedagogy, means pedagogy to impart knowledge, skills, attitude. 3 things is important. But pedagogy only is skill, impart knowledge. Because TVET, we people have to impart 3 things. That's why we call vocational pedagogy. And innovations and creativity, critical thinking and problem solving skills. So smart teacher always think about this and they teach in the class or they facilitate learner to do this. Project work, assignment, team building, lot of things. And challenges, to talk is very easy. We have to do digitization, we have to do online class, we must have a smart classroom, we must have very smart teacher, but implementation is always difficult. Challenge is there, like teaching staff need different skill set. To make it success, we need to equip our teacher. We have to develop institute, or let's say TVET authority has to invest for teacher development. So teaching staff need this different skill set. And convince teacher and board members. Sometimes, we want to change, but board member will not accept. Like in private school, there are some managing directors are here. Teacher or principal wants to change, but managing director of that institute will not accept because he has to invest. They think about money and they think about profit. And sometimes, like a public institute, teachers and the teaching department ready to change, but principal will not accept because he or she will think a lot of resources is required. That's why another difficult task is convince teacher and board members. That is the practical challenge for the management. And new course development takes time. We talk about new course, but it takes time because it must be demand driven, industry based. Industry has to lead to develop that courses. Nepal also very initial stage because recently for 4 years, we have only 6 sector skill committees so far. But many countries has many sector skills committee, sector skills council. So sector skills council always represented by private sector. So in the developed TVET countries, the standard developed by the sector skills council, by the industry, not by the TVET institute, because that is a demand driven. So sector skills committee has to develop standard and curricula, then institute can implement. That is called industry partner. So just only inviting 1 hour standard and curriculum development meeting to industry is not partnership. Give them that authority to develop standard by themselves. Then they cannot blame to TVET Institute because the course is developed by themselves. So that is the new way. And need more resources. And whatever we talk, we need a lot of resources. So government or the private sector or management should be ready to invest for that. So these are the challenges. When we talk in innovations, it needs money in the initial stage. So only technical skill is not enough for future jobs. When we talk about technical skills, no. So foundation skills, that is called STEM, science, technology, engineering, arts, math. This is called foundation skills for any sort of course in TVET. We need foundation skills plus transversal skills. We call transversal skills, that is critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving, innovative skills. Another set is that plus technical skills. See, core subject skills, digital skill. Now ICT and internet is come in technical skills. Means each and every subject students must know about ICT and digital. Forget about 10 years back. There was only computer course. Even the TVET graduates, they don't know how to use the internet or how to send the email. So that is already gone. So we need another set of called technical skills, core subject skills, digital skills, ICT and Internet of Things, that is called IoT skills. Okay? So foundation skills, transversal skills, technical skills equal future jobs. Okay? If we are thinking about the future jobs from today's graduate, today's student, because if someone enrolled today, they will graduate after 3 years from diploma program or bachelor degree after 4 years. So we have to think today about the after 4 years job requirement because we have to teach today. So AI, ICT, digital things, Now there is already no IR4, IR5 already there. IR5 means Industrial Revolution 5.0. That means partnership with machine and human resource. Partnership with brain, human brain and machine is called IR5, Industrial Revolution 5. Because we are talking about chat GPT, AI, that is a input from human resource, no? So that's why if the industry able to do partnership with human resource and machines, they will success. So we have to think, how can we impart such skills to our students? I already mentioned, don't ask questions, or we don't have electricity, you talk about this. That is a different thing. But we should be optimistic. One day it will be. Not be pessimistic, right? So when we talk about future jobs for today's students, we have to think about these three sets of skills. Foundation skills, transversal skills, technical skills. In the name of equity and access to increase the number of enrollment, if we delete the math, what will happen? Nobody can perform anything. Because STEM is very important. That is a foundation skills. And conclusion, in concluding remarks, paradigm shift in teaching and learning of TVET. This is a traditional approach, teacher-centered, what teachers comes and they just deliver the things. Face-to-face, rigid methods, institute-based, teacher as fresh university graduate. This is the traditional approach, right? The paradigm shift means innovative approach, that is learner-centered. We have to create learning environment. As a teacher, we have to just work as a facilitator, motivator, not as a controller. We have to create environment to learn, not provide any learning things. We have to create environment. Our role is facilitator, coach, mentor, learner-centered, and it should be blended. Flexible methods, flexible learning points, 21st century skills, teacher with industry's experience. That I know in Singapore and Malaysia already started, at least 2 years experience to be a TVET teacher, no? In Malaysia. That is a prerequisite. A fresh university graduate cannot be a TVET teacher there. They must have industry experience. So every country has to do either today or after 10 years. That is the basic requirement. So teachers with industry experience. So this is called innovative approach. So we have to think the total presentations of my presentation, the concluding remarks is paradigm shift in teaching and learning of TVET is traditional approach to innovative approach. Okay? So way forward, if you see here, industry is there because this whole theme is industry institute partnership, right? Industries always should be in center. Like market research, when we do training need assessment or job market analysis, always we go to the industry. We should go to the industry. If we are developing new courses, right? We have to do research with industry. Second is like a curriculum. We have to involve industry to develop curriculum. If our teacher has developed curriculum that is useless, no one will accept that. Industry's involvement should be there. And another important is the learning in teacher development. So we have to develop our teachers by providing more exposure and experiences in the industry. That's why it is called, occupational skill training or industry exposure, industry experience, whatever. And another is like a learning environment. We have to create learning environment, simulation to industry. That's why I gave the example of Malaysia. They have a simulation, same industry setup in their polytechnic. So no one will afraid when they go to the industry. And I have seen many countries because even in India is a very big country. In 1 month ago I was in East Timor. We found that Korea government provided 2 CNC machine. Still that CNC machine in the lab and that plastic, that cover has not opened. Because the teacher don't know how to use that CNC machine. Means we didn't train our teacher. So investment to teacher is must. Otherwise, we cannot think about innovation. So we have to create learning environment simulation to industries, right? So industry is always center. Then that is a practical opportunity. They go for work, industry, and ultimately the jobs will be there. If we do not link industries into research, curriculum, teacher training, classroom learning environment, practical exposure in industry, there is uncertainty of jobs of our graduates. So industry institute tie engagement, I never use the term partnership, engagement. Industry institute engagement in each level, not only in one curriculum development. All this element is required. Then only we can make a practical partnership. Okay? So this cycle will be continued. After jobs, I will conduct tertiary study from graduates, and the graduates will tell what they learn, how is the situation of industries, is that practical to the real work or not. Based on that, we can revise our curricula. So this is a continuous cycle, PDCA cycle. Plan, do, check, act. Always we have to follow that. Okay, thank you. Any questions? Please. So this is the CPSC's green initiatives. CPSC was the organization who started the green initiative in TVET first. And that is the live a green lifestyle in a low carbon world. That is the statement. Okay?